All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? Looks like we are officially live and hopefully you can officially hear me. I'm Cordovan, community manager here for Dungeons and Dragons Online, and I really do appreciate you joining us here on Twitch TV/DDO stream for our what we expect to be a regular weekly live stream. Yep, I'm basically giving up my Wednesday lunch hour, eating lunch afterwards, to do some live streaming on the live servers here of DDO. So if you see the LFM up, which I have not yet put up, but will be shortly, go ahead and join it. Talk to me. Have some fun. I am actually on a different character that you've seen in the live stream in the past. In particular, I am, let me try to see. Might not be able to do much about that. Let me shut off my mail. All right, hey
I am
everyone, how's it going? Looks like we are
thinking
officially
about running
live
the
and
VODs.
on a level 20
Hopefully you
character
can
here,
hear.
Dungeons and Dragons Online, and I really do appreciate you mute something. Love the office background. Let some devs walk past me. Nice. We'll have to see what happens there. Basically, I am on a character named Armag. This is a level 20 Kensei fighter. Basically, it's actually, for those who are interested, my old character, Beefheart the Vegetarian. If you ever remember that old guy from back before I got hired at Turbine, he's been renamed, repurposed, basically put into retirement for quite a few years, and then I decided, I wanted to have a character on the live stream that I actually was familiar with, that I actually played, So I chose Armag here, and I am basically outing him publicly, but that also means I am not going to be playing him outside of the live stream anymore. But overall, the trade-off I felt was worth it, because I wanted to have a character I actually played. One thing that people have sometimes commented on, that you'll see a live stream or maybe a press preview and wonder maybe why the characters are played a little differently from what you might play them on say the live servers. And part of the reason for that is the process by which we bring them into the world. We have like demo characters, which are already pre-geared and that sort of thing, and we could tweak that around, but typically there's a difference between, say, playing a fresh character that you're not familiar with and one that you've put 100 hours into the game in, right? So that's the main purpose here of bringing Beefheart out of retirement and just using him for the live stream here for the times that I'm on Khyber. So what is his basic look? He's not the greatest character in the world, but he is currently level 21, decent strength and all that sort of thing. I've got not too bad on the hit point department and some pretty good abilities. He is a bastard sword wielder, which is why I do have a tower shield and two-handed fighting for the proc chances and all that sort of thing. So let's see. Without further ado, I suppose I should put this LFM up, huh? So let's do that. I'll put it level 20 to, I don't know, what do you say, 25, 28? I suppose I could just make 28. Let's see. While we're waiting for this group to fill up here, let's see. You noticed, Mr. Shempy, you're looking at some lag issues, right? You need to be a little bit more specific there in terms of what particular might be your issue. Are you talking about the Thunderholm raid area? If so, we are aware that if you have, say, a large raid group and you're zerging pretty frequently, you may indeed grab a lot of aggro, which may lead to some client performance issues depending on the strength of your computer. So otherwise, I guess we could say what you always usually say, which is lag is something we're always aware of and always looking to try to do something about. So I don't know if Jimson here wants to Hey Jimson, how's it going? This is Cordovan here. We're live streaming on our Twitch channel. I just wanted to say hello. I saw you there. Unsure if you want to join us for these Vaughn runs or not. All right, well that's fine. I appreciate you stopping by anyway. I thought it nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Uh, Corel, I am looking to do the Vons. I figured let's get some of that out of the way and you know, level 21 character trying to find good epic content that fits into a live stream format. Can't do much worse than the Vons there, or much better, or you, you could do worse. I don't know what is the right phrase there. It's a good choice. Let's put it that way. so Vons. I'm going to leave it up to the group as to whether we do Epic Hard or Epic Elite. I know there's at least one level 28 in here, which leads me to think perhaps Epic Elite, although if we go in on Epic Elite, the odds of my lowly level 21 perhaps being pwned are fairly high. But hey, we already know I don't mind dying on the live stream, so let's just do that anyway. I think Epic Elite is the way to go. Let's see the chat here. Krill, sorry. Yeah, I will actually be running Heroic as well, but I've been running Heroic level content for the last couple of live streams, so I thought it would be nice to maybe go into something on Epic and just show you that I actually do have a level 20 character that I know how to play. So, now watch me use that as loaded words, right? Depending on whether we get a healer in the group, we may need to go with a cleric hireling. Although cleric hireling and epic elite is. Maybe I'll just restrict the list here. Welcome. Alright, I think we've decided we are going to run Epic Elite. So, this will either be a big wipe or a lot of fun. A lot of fun and a big wipe, perhaps. Right. Alright. In on Epic Elite. Alright. It's actually been a little while since I played. Oh, I don't even know anything on my goggles slot. I guess I should take care of that. Oh, maybe that's why I don't have anything. I should. Yeah, here we go. Got something. Trap blast. Totally useless at this point. Yeah, it looks like I need some goggles. Should be noticed, character has not really been played in about, well, other than a little bit. You know, I brought him to level 21, but had largely been scrapped, or retired from about 2010 to around last October, November, I believe. See, so. Someone in the stream asks, for the next update, will there be new races, like a horned race, like tieflings? The answer to that is we do not have a new race planned for Update 22. Update 22 is going to be a focus on guild airships and epic three-barrel cove. We do not have a new race planned. That isn't publicly announced yet. We have not yet looked at that, so. Let's do this.
This looks like the underground highway to Taras Arena. Search for Dirge's contact. Kegs of potent liquor have been attached to these traveling threads for easy transport. It's a marvel of hobgoblin ingenuity. monstrous spectators pack the stands, eager for the main event. A few growl and curse as they catch sight of you.
It's open, he's mad.
Of your average fighter. Sorks come in and ruin all your fun.
You notice words etched above this gate. Ready Room 1. Inside, scarred and muscular trolls wait listening. You notice words etched above this gate.
Time to fight. Gladiators in Ready Room 1. Get moving.
That's true, we are not breaking any boxes. We are very box concerned.
We have a last-minute team for today's bloodbath, all the way from Stormreach. Angry howls erupt from the crowd. No reason to worry. Crusher's kobolds and the Mudwallow ogres are hungry for blood, and they're joining forces against the Stormreach team.
Yep, the run back to get the soul stone. Sorry, I gotta hit the chest. Can't leave it unopened. I've always loved the sound of the crowd in Vault of Night Part 1 here. I would have loved to have been sitting in on the voice recording of that that incidental sound. A bunch of people who were going, woohoo, yeah, woo. Would be a lot of fun. You know, someone in the chat room says that'd be interesting to see something added to the game. A chance of random mimics during, he says, breakables, but also chests as well. That has been looked into. That's obviously not been brought into the game yet. Never say never.
Princes have slain hundreds of their kind. This should be the shortest fight we've ever seen. Let the slaughter begin.
Dungeon alert from too many mimics. That would be a good problem to have. Shadow Watch notices that our Lamania link is not currently available. This is true. We do not currently have a new Lamania install option. This is something we are absolutely working on as quickly as we can. Certainly we're going to want to have one up by the time we next utilize Lamania, say for update 22. All I can say about that is it's in the works, and we'll let you know as soon as we have some. The reason it was removed is due to the removal of Pando-enabled download option. It didn't have it on for Lamania, so we need to make sense of that. It should be noted, I guess, to just piggyback on that briefly, that we did have a solution to the live stream having an enabled version of live DDO. That is something we're actually working on trying a secondary option for as well. It's in the works, but we are still utilizing basically having all of our solutions for the live DDO client. probably put together an option. And that should be cool. That's obviously further along in the process than New Lamadia down there. And our sidekick needs to learn some lessons. Who's the MC? Who's the DJ?
Chance to seize the mighty axe.
Woot. Interesting. Sapphire good luck +2, that's not bad. I can use that. Alright, let me focus on the chat here just a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Level 22, not bad, huh?
I'm gonna do a quick repair.
Ah, okay. Okay. Thanks for the feedback, Krell. It looks like maybe I need to turn the DDO game audio client down a little bit further. So let me go ahead and do that. Let's see. Yeah, gotta go for the accommodations. You know, I actually, on my live characters, I tend to like to use the Vons for accommodations at this level range in particular.
Beautiful elf maiden sits by the fountain, lost in thought.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. For those who, I assume most people are familiar as to why, but the reason people usually or often go beholders first is that they, will debuff all the buffs you put on them. So you kill the beholders, maybe you'll die or whatever, and take care of the beholders first, and then focus on the non-beholder combat next when you can keep yourself buffed more consistently. It's funny how much more dangerous this section of Fawn 2 used to be back in the day. Nowadays all you do is just get teleported to a little section and have a little bit of combat or whatever. But in the past, it could be a failure, which is also initially why people used to run this section first, even before, say, fighting any of the other beholders. Under the assumption that, well, if someone did screw up or whatever and you needed to, you could, do that. You're right, heighten, quicken, finger of death, energy drain, after an energy drain for the win. That is indeed a very potent combination right there. As you can see. Although it should be noted that, even on Epic Elite, this is, well, let me think about that, 23, level 23 quest, so, level 28 is, frankly, a little OP in here, but there's nothing wrong with that, that's fine.
Where do you need me at?
It's fine. Wherever you want to be. Oh, I do have a mark band. Okay. One of the things when I put this guy to retirement is I sent all of his gear to other characters. So then 3 years later when I was like, I think I'm going to bring him out of retirement, they didn't have anything. They didn't even have a buck band for a while.
The last of the arcane oozes dissolves into a bubbling mess.
Actually, don't need to do this, only one person does. So I suppose I could just feather fall off. Do I have feather fall? Oh, let's find out, huh? Hey, there we go. And I need better gear. I need better gear. have something. What am I using? I don't have anything. Yes, I do. I am well aware that I need. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes. There we go. Dimension Door, what a great spell. As people are, well, no, I don't typically play a lot of casters, so I don't often have Dimension Door, but unless I'm grouping with folks, of course. Zergtastic. So much Zerg, much win. Are we likely to release another inventory tab with update 21 patch 1? I think it's going to be a little bit later than that. One is available right now with the release of update 21, and the second one I believe is coming a little bit later. I don't know an exact date on that, but a little bit later than what the next patch. Return to the demolition charges for Potions of Wonder. I don't believe those are going to be making a return. Frankly, they were causing some technical considerations. They were causing some problems, so we had to remove it as one of the options in the Potion of Wonder. But something like that, very well may very well return, like just not the depth charges from Wonder. Yes, Thunderholm and Haunted Halls. Man, those two new pieces of content sure are pretty awesome, aren't they? I was running Haunted Halls, the commentary mode of that last night before I went to bed, and was struck again just how really, really fun that was. It's really cool to sort of hear Ed Greenwood talking about all this stuff. That would be fun for rogues to be able to craft something like that. Now they can craft, some things that are a little bit similar to that, but not, say, a timed explosive. Yeah.
A shadowy apparition materializes before you, seething with rage.
Sorry, I got to focus on everything. Paralyzing quarterstaff of disruption. That's, with the time, that would have been pretty darn awesome. I don't actually know I recognize a couple of the names. I recognize Gembringer, Plasticine, and I believe Nymara on the from the forums. Not familiar with the other folks. Oh, let's see. I probably do need to get back to work here, so maybe I'll just take the last few minutes. Yeah, this is a lunchtime stream, so I do have to get back to work here. But I really do appreciate you guys joining me. Let's see. Let's take these last couple of questions and get some questions from the chat. By the way, if you are interested in following us on Twitch TV/DDO stream, you will be notified, say through email if you choose to be, when we do go live. So if you want to join us for this sort of thing, it's a good way to find out. Let's see. It clearly qualifies as work. Well, it's work-like. It's a little bit too much fun though to be work, but it is a lot of fun to do this stream. So yeah, mudding through the game is a level 18 Drow Arcane Archer Ranger. I have chosen only from the Arcane Archer enhancements. I'm now starting to choose from Deepwood. Should I add multiple class level as a fighter to get more constitution, or should I have been multi-classing a while ago? That's a very good question. Certainly the big splash right now is a couple levels of Monk. That would increase, say, your saving throws and all that sort of thing. It would synergize if you happen to have a higher wisdom for your spell point pool. You get a little bit more AC and saves and stuff from all that. So multi-classing is certainly not a bad idea. Now, I myself have not played an Arcane Archer Ranger, so certainly not really done much in the way of Deepwood Sniper either. So my old Ranger was actually created during the Batman build days, where you splashed a couple levels of Rogue and then took the rest two-weapon fighting Ranger. So that was my real Ranger experience there, but never hurts to have more Constitution. How about we say that? Since we can get evil trap parts, are rogues or artificers going to be able to, in a future update, make unholy traps or grenades? I've not heard of plans to do that, but that sure sounds pretty awesome, right? And since you're all right, we could get evil trap parts, so who knows? Maybe. Can you guys make the shadow side of the Temple of the Deathworm non-random phylactery spawns? I will need to check with Steel Star on that question here in the future, so unfortunately not quite ready to answer that off the top of my head here on the stream. Can we? Probably. Will we? Hard to say. Depends on what considerations might be involved there. Is there any new level 1 to 15 content coming? We're always looking to basically release content that fleshes out our level ranges, but our immediate needs are to support the higher level content. So that's why we're seeing, say, Epic 3-Barrel Cove coming here in Update 22, Anarok in Update 23, and an increase to the level cap to 30 in Update 24. So I would say no immediate plans to bring level 1 to 15 new content, but never say never, right? What else? Is Radiant Force Field proc on Sharadi Colors of the Queen going to stick around? No, it is not going to stick around. It is just one of the things that was added in and will be removed probably in a future update. I don't know if it'll make it into the next update or not, but perhaps. And I think we're going to call a stream here. So thanks very much, everyone, for joining me. Let me do one last thing here and be nice to some folks and drop a couple of turbine point codes into the stream. So first come, first get. Good luck. You would want to put this into the DDO store in game or through myaccount.turbine.com. All right, we're going to call it a stream here. So check back. At the very least, we're going to noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Time every single Wednesday here on twitch.tv/DDO stream. Follow us again to get notified of that. We are also going to be broadcasting outside of this regular lunch day stream. I think we have plans for this Friday, perhaps even streaming with DDO Cast. Also on Khyber, I suspect, but we'll have more details about that as we get closer to Friday. If I don't see you on Friday, I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you very much, and have fun.